What's the name of the frame?
It's a GAMUX frame.
Hey,
GAMUX?
this one more said.
GAMUX. It's our little company in Switzerland, and we do like basically we say we can sell bikes, but we don't have to because this is like our race thing. But they will be able to purchase. It's
Next couple of years.
It's a very specific kind of bike that's made for this kind of racing. But we will be dropping a sort of free ride enduro version of that, same construction, same sort of manufacturing technology, same gearbox drive technology. That's coming out maybe spring next year. Just a bit tailored towards like average riding, so you can have fun in the bike park or at your local trails while still benefiting from the same sort of technology that we do in racing. It's just because this one is just, it's not fun to ride in a bike park if it's not at a track like a proper work.
Yeah.
This is made for 40, 50 kilometers per hour average speeds on really rough terrain, which most people, to be honest, is silent.
Funny enough, the first two races we had that on a few years ago, when I was line scouting, I missed my riders because you usually listen if someone's coming, right? And I didn't hear him coming.
Yeah. Turning a bike quiet is
it feels
it's every rider's like a
Yeah.
goal to calm things down so you don't feel you're going fast.
And you start to hear then all the other things like tire, suspension and stuff.
With the Dorado inverted carbon.
It's all about reducing outsprung weight for us, because we've figured out through the years that outsprung, the relationship between sprung and outsprung mass makes a bike calm or not more than geometry does, frame geometry. So we actually made a prototype with the conventional drivetrain using the same frame construction and everything. And then on the telemetry you could actually see that we have 20% more activity at small frequency bumps with the gearbox, less outsprung weight in the back. And holistically speaking, the Dorado matches that perfectly as well, because you have no lowers to move up and down.
Yeah,
So it's very balanced that way.
it's physics, right?
Yeah. But it's also being creative, being holistically.
Oui, on est encore dans les push. Il y a quelqu'un qui me parlait,
I used to ride with the Dorado 10 years ago. Yeah, with the blue one, blue carbon one. Yeah, that was awesome.
The OG.
Yeah,
That was
I was a big fan of the Manitou.
coming back strong.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, the method maintenance force goes up to 180.
Okay.
And it uses the same sort of damping architectures as the Dorado, same work system. So it's a very similar feel. You can use that whatever you like. It's super light as well. So I can charge really almost to the point where it's almost at the level of the Dorados in terms of how much it bumps it can eat.
Okay.
Really impressive.
Oh yeah.
I think the damping or the cartridge side is like for sure top level.
And rechargeable and just you can tune up.
You can do all the clickers and stuff, but if you take an OE for an aftermarket fork out of the box, you set all the clickers into the middle, set your air pressures, and go from there. I think it will go better, but we can get everyone between 60 and 110 kilos. Like,
Right on.
Quite quickly.
Right on.
So yeah, it's what I use at home when we don't have shuttle access. Or
Yeah.
cabin, like real close.
Et les dons, cette année, genre, ok, on l'a porté là, genre, on est au bout.
Like,
Voilà, ok, voilà.
and this is the Dorado itself, is just like a monster on anything that's off camber, like
Exactly.
slippery. And then also here in the fast bits, like under the gondola, in these rough sections, 70 k's an hour, the compliance you have in your hands, less fatigue. You let the fork down through the rough stuff, and you don't worry. It's just you basically could guide the handlebars with 2 fingers. Do this, and the fork will search its way through the rough stuff. You need to change your thinking a bit in terms of you can't like, go into a burn trying to do this. It will not respond well. But if you break a touch early and let your bike carry speed through, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But we have done a lot of work with the guys at Manitou for the last 4 years now. So now we're at the point where we think this is actually the best chassis out there at the moment. So
Sounds good.
always improving, always.
You saw like Push Industries that came up with an inverted fork because they had a a white sheet where they could start from, didn't have any like compromise to do for, let's say, manufacturing and stuff. So I wrote inverted forks. I wrote the Dorado before they changed these new ones, like in 26 diameter. I really love the way the way it's just like sometimes flex in the rough stuff, and you keep good track.
It's almost like your front wheel attaches itself to the terrain, which is always a good thing. If you change your mentality from like a Fox 4D or something, and you let the fork do its work, I think it's the best thing ever. And, we've done a bunch of work. We developed like the new upper crowns with the double pinch bolts.
Also, you developed that with Manitou?
Yeah, we are the factory effort for the Manitou race group.
Okay.
So also the new
Alright.
updated shops like the air cans and all these kind of things is done very close development. So we have a meeting. Kyle, for example, comes up with something that he thinks could solve an issue we have at the races. We go back, we dyno test, we telemetry test, we ride test, and then feed information back. And then maybe 12 months down the road, it will tickle into like consumer product that it's either existing product that you can update them by purchasing a new air can, for example, or just a completely new product.
Okay.
So
Because I've personally, I ride the new T4, the T2s.
yeah,
But I don't see them much on especially for levers and stuff, because you got, that looks like a T4
yeah, it's a
caliper.
T4 caliper on the purple.
Because why not carbon? It's like less.
It's rider preference.
Rider preference?
Yeah, I think
'Cause the feel of the T2s are like.
these levers actually are prototype levers,
Okay.
so they're not available in carbon.
Oh, that's it.
And for example, he is on the standard levers, but the race guys, they have the purple editions, so it's also a bit of a marketing
Yeah.
thing. But
But I love like my brakes. I've tried many like brakes, and the T2s, the T4s. I mean, they're probably the best brake I've
the lever
ridden.
feel is so light, you don't get hard pump.
And it's the way those two alignment bolts.
Yes, that's amazing. For me to get it like,
You take it apart,
drag
you put
free.
it back. You put it back.
Yeah.
You don't even have to align it anymore.
yeah,
So it's,
exactly. That's,
you always get when you do maintenance, change pads, you put it back. Pulling is right there at the
that's
right spot.
such a time saver for me being the mechanic.
Can
You know,
imagine.
because you prepare like bikes for race runs and stuff. This one just had a crash, so that's why it's like
It's like rubbing.
Rubbing,
but it will,
It looks heavy, yeah.
no, it's actually not. It's about 18.5 kilo.
Okay.
Depending on the track, we add or take weight off. So we have a little cavity in here where we can put additional weight. So when the track is like a flatter gradient, like here, you want actually a bit more mass to carry speed through rough stuff. It helps. So you let the bike do the work instead of you doing like a it saves energy while still maintaining speed. So it's a bit a different philosophy of thinking in terms of how the bike behaves. But to us, it's where it should go, and we can clearly see now more and more brands strapping light weights to the bottom brackets. We don't obviously need to do that because our weight is already down low. So it's just like gratification or proof that our concept that we initiated 4 years ago is the way to go. So.
Sounds good.
But anyways,